in the place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? That'd be just swell. Oh, Ali, oh. Heading back from that there Dublin there, no problem. Mandy, nice hat, the hat. The famous hat. Yep. I don't mind it at all, it's quite nice. Steve-o, how's it going, bud? I have forgotten something, haven't I? And I can't think what it is. Lights, baby. Tunes. What else? There's something. I've definitely forgotten something. Sorry for the loss earlier. FC20 won. We came from behind to beat Go Ahead Eagles. That took the edge off things. Yeah, awful. Dyche needs to go. He's abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Yes, hello to Thomas over in Twitch and 5,999 others. He is lurking apparently. Well, make sure you pay attention when you're lurking, because there's going to be something a little bit special later on. When I say a little bit special, I mean, you know, a little bit special. Barnsey, how are we? Esther, are you doing okay? Yes, hello to Helen, our Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And Ruby Roo, who was running round in the field. If I sound like I'm a little devoid of energy, it's because I am. My wonderful daughter said to me last night. Was it last night? It was, wasn't it? Can you take me and my mate out to Spoons? That was at 8 o'clock. I thought, oh, brilliant. Out at 8. Home by about 1. I was wrong. 4:30 I got the call. Can you come and pick us up? Which I didn't mind. They weren't drunk or anything. I got back in bed for 5 o'clock, and then I think I was asleep before I got in the house, to be honest with you. But I have been snoozing on the sofa, watching the FA Cup, seeing my love of football brought back by watching non-league teams, while at the same time having it chipped away by that baldy ginger prick who manages us, who shouldn't be anywhere near us. Bastard. Yeah. Dyche out. Oh, Mandy's over in Twitch as well, so there's 5,998 others, but keep an eye out as well. As I say, I'm going to do something a little bit special today. A little bit different. A little bit whir, a little bit way, a little bit you know. It going to be good. I hope. We shall but see. Yeah, so I've got all the energy of a vicar's handshake today. I apologise for that. I actually had to set an alarm. That's how bad things are. Set an alarm for 7:30, so I'll go and make myself a cup of tea and get in here on time. Who else has to do that? Set an alarm for 7:30 p.m. Me, obviously. That's for most nights. So I remember to do my stat sheet before I disappear for the day. But yeah, absolutely exhausted. I've done no filming. I wanted to get out and do some filming this weekend in the warm weather, because it has been warm, hasn't it? 1st of December, and it's been 13 degrees, which is just insane. And I never managed to make it outside at all. Not even in my new smock. I've got a smock. It's not an overshirt, it's too heavy for that. It's not a hoodie, even though it's got a hood. It's a smock. I've got a smock. You don't see Tom Ash. Tom Ash is in Twitchland. Twitcherland. Nantwich. Warm is relative. It is. And we know all about the theory of relativity, don't we? You know what that is, don't you? The theory of relativity. If you're a dickhead, the rest of your relatives are more likely going to be dickheads. Tom is twitching. He's bird watching. Yes, and you can't hide on his own, because Mandy's over there as well. Mandy's double bubbling, and I can tell you that there is a separate Botrix league table for Twitch, which is bueno. But I think I need to go and amend the point system with them, because it's old school. Yeah, Mandy's doing YouTube chat and Twitch chat, which is slightly confusing. Louise, how you doing? You okay? Are you snowed in up there, are you? Louise, you see, lives on top of Kilimanjaro. Or something like that anyway. It's not that far away. You can see it. Just over there somewhere. If you just look above the smog to the peak, the snow-capped peaks of Pendle Hill, up there somewhere. Or just beyond, isn't it? It keeps disconnecting. Oh, no. You'll be alright. But you're not being ignorant. Yeah, you can't type quick enough on your phone. We get that, mate. We get that. I know you're saying last week it was knackered your tablet, wasn't it? No worries. You reined in. Better than being snowed in, I would have thought. I was about to send you a drone parcel. Drone you from here. Water. Firelighters. Copy of Woman's Weekly. No, that's the stuff that you really need. Make sure you're alright. Steve's on Twitch as well. Oh, am I smashing it? I am smashing it, aren't I? Absolutely smashing it. By the end of this Twitch stream, I might be a millionaire. That's how it works, isn't it? Oh, yes. I was going to do something else today as well, apart from a little bit of filming. I was going to go somewhere, and I can't think where. Oh, and yesterday I made a bit of a schoolboy error. The daughter, of course. Dad, can you take me to the hairdressers? So of course I went, yes, of course I will. I've got to be there for 2:30. So I took it, and then on the way home, I stopped and got diesel because I needed it, and came home via Hague Avenue, which is where Southport Football Club play their games. You might have seen a bit of Hague Ave at the end of my videos where I say, watch that one there, watch that one there. That's outside Hague Ave. Well, Southport were playing Marine yesterday. Marine are from Crosby. It's the big local, massive local derby. There was loads of people milling around. Normally I'm not around the stadium just before kick-off. I made that mistake. Not doing that again. But it was interesting. And again, that just seeing kids not go into a Premier League ground, kids with the Southport or Marine scarves on, big smiles on their faces. I think I've missed that. I've missed the feeling of going to the match without doom, without hatred. Louise, you're getting updates from the Petwood. Sounds a bit 2 o'clock in the morning in the car park, a bit of Petwood, isn't it? Which pet and why he's got wood? Why has he got wood? Well, don't want to jinx it, but the Dukey appears to be working at the moment. For now. For now. This is weird, this. You don't think you're a moderator on Twitch, Mandy? You know, I'll change that. I need moderators over there. Back on YouTube, it felt dirty over on Twitch. No worries, mate, no worries. TIAT 2.0, the TCS party. You are now confusing the bejesus out of me. Louise, confusing.com. I am drinking tea though out of my thermos because I'm worth it. Still no sponsor from them. Vicious sods. Bang out of order. Bang out of order. Is it sordid over there? It looks sordid, doesn't it? Can you make someone a moderator just by right clicking on them? No, you can't, can you? Manage. Just clicked on Mandy's name over on Twitch and it said manage suspicious user. She ain't suspicious, bruv. Right, there you go. Right, if you check yourself before you wreck yourself, you are mods. Mods over on Twitch. There you go, sorted. You are on both. Frankie may have 2 tribes, but you've got 2 tablets. When 2 tablets go to war, a mod is all that you can score. Louise, you are home in your dressing gown with wet hair wrapped in a towel. Not really party gear. Any gear's party gear if you're in the mood for it. Yes, another hat. Have you got that special towel thing that only women can possibly do? The turby twist thing that they do. Who learns you how to do that? Who is it who does that for you? Do you have to go to school for it, or is that passed down from generation to generation? Being able to put your hair up in a towel. It's bizarre. Yes, you want to see my my OF, my OnlyFans. Some hot action over there, Steve. Very hot action. I fell asleep in front of the fire. Where's the TCS party being held? Oh, is this Ted Coningsby, is it? As I say, I've spent most of the weekend asleep on the sofa, so I've missed pretty much all of YouTube. Asleep apart from when I've been watching football or making things, or making something anyway. Yeah, the Planes channel, yeah. Well, if it was something advertised, as I say, I've missed everything. Absolutely everything this weekend. But I will get there. I will. What else have I been doing? TCS, Esther is a channel. Ted Coningsby, can't think of the rest of it. He's also a teddy bear who likes plane spotting. So anybody who likes a little bit of plane spotting and plane action, go and follow him. It's brilliant. I love a bit of plane spotting. Connor, you didn't just beat us today, you absolutely marmalised us. Doesn't take much though, to be honest. Seeing as though we've got Dinah Sean in charge. The useless sod. Oh, hang on. Mandy's levelled up on on Twitch.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
That's not on here, that's on Twitch, so it's two separate. I'm going to have to keep my eye on that. There's crowns and swords going on over there. What's the... is the crown because Prime Gaming? There you go. That's why there's a crown. But you've both got swords over there because you're both mods. I'm learning Twitch as I go here. I'm learning as I go. Yeah, the military plane channel, which is really interesting. I mean, I love watching the normal planes, Manchester especially, because I know Manchester fairly well. But then occasionally watching the military plane channels, seeing some of them things, just, it's insane. Either the size of them, the speed of them, or the cost of them. Mad. Today's the first day of Christmas. Bear that one in mind. Bear that in mind. Sure, I knew there was something. We haven't turned the tree on. I knew. There's always something, isn't there? There's always something. Tree is on. Bear can go back on there now. See, when you know, don't you? And when it isn't done right, you know it isn't done right. Because I haven't printed off my checklist, I had to update the checklist with more stuff. Hasn't been done. Ted could be a Russian asset, he could. Live streaming all our secrets. Naughty Teddy. Steve, you love your aviation. As does our Louise. As does our Tomash. Yes, over on Twitch, the sword is for a mod. Hoorah, 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 yay. Over hills with the mods of 1,000, or the swords of 1,000 mods even. And the crown would be for someone who's got Prime Gaming, which Mandy hasn't got, so it's not something that has been given to you. It's what you have when you subscribe to Prime Gaming-y stuff. Barnsley does as well. Yeah, I don't know, is that... It's not just an English thing, obviously, because it's all around the world, but we seem to be a bit more spotty than other people, don't we? Plane spotting, train spotting. Playing... spotting Eddie Stobbart. There used to be a thing that you could download or buy a list of all the Eddie Stobbart lorries, which you could take in cars with you and tick them off as you've seen them. We seem to like stuff like that, us Englishy, Britty types. You saw a mini doc about orchestral manoeuvres in the dark. They were in a museum with planes over there. A very underrated band, I think, OMD. Maybe they're underrated because Andy McCluskey went on to have a fantastic career as John Collins of Celtic and Everton fame. I seen a documentary about them, or was it? Might not just have been about them. It might have been that Synth Britannia. Was it on there? Where all these synth bands were trying to be sort of cold and android like Gary Newman, and Andy McCluskey came along and started with his curly hair and his dad's cardigan on, and started swinging his bass like he was in a pop band. Mad. Didn't seem to suit at all, but it was fantastic. Fantastic. At least you don't collect the numbers, you just like watching them fly. Bullshit, I call bullshit. You have got book after book after book with numbers in there. We know you have. Don't be telling us all that rubbish. And the more excited you are about the planes, the more your adenoids start playing up. I think you'll find it's not actually a DC-10, it's actually a DC 9.1. Thank you very much. Enola Gay. Yeah, OMD, do you think it sort of get the... it's that, really. That's the one song that people seem to remember. And the more than that. That was quite an upbeat pop song for them. Good band, though. And the pair of them seem fairly funny. Every interview I've seen with them, it's like, we're being pop stars, it's great, we love this job. Even though it's not a job to them. Dog and spotting. I have all the numbers. I still need to check that out and find out whether it is the place that I go to, because I was thinking about this earlier. We're on the 1st of December, remember. That means in 20 days' time, it is the shortest day, which means in 3 weeks' time, that's an AI 3 weeks, that. In 3 weeks' time, 3 weeks today, it'll be the 22nd, which means that will be the first day where the days start getting longer again. So we are getting towards the turnaround back towards spring. Think about it that way. Steve, don't think there's many people who collect the reg, especially in the military aircraft. Yeah, but our Louise is one of them. I tell you, loads of books full of them. Perfect handwriting, with her thoughts in the margin. Seeing you, girl, I tell you. Electric and massages, I've seen that as. Electric and messages. Kirsty, how you doing? You alright? Longer day, Louisa's longer days. At this thing, I don't want to call it spin, but the positivity side of things is, it's going to be cold, really short days. Yes, but we're that far away from it kicking back into the longer days, and once it starts getting longer, those days really do get longer. It doesn't take much. And then hopefully, once we start getting the longer days, I might start doing bear's paws on the road, I think. Wouldn't mind doing a proper setup, get out there and go somewhere. See if we can get some good sights. OMD are quite popular over in the United States of Netherlands. Did not know that. But it's quite a Euro pop sound they've got, isn't it? Quite accessible, I would have thought. What's the purple thing for? It's all going off over on Twitch, man. Purple swords. I've seen them advertised. Lars, how you doing, mate? How's things? Don't need the numbers, it's the directions that you need. I can drop a pin. I think you can drop a pin, can't you? Mind you, I wouldn't want to drop a pin. I wouldn't want to drop anything in a dogging spot. Yeah, you missed Kirsty's live. I did as well. Despite the fact that I could have watched it because I was wide awake till 5 o'clock in the pissing morning. Children. This kidney better be worth it. Telling you. It's okay, you were talking nonsense. It's not nonsense. For those of us who've watched your lives as often as we have, it makes perfect sense. Other people watching it might be confused, but they'll soon get the hang of it. That's what the YouTube's about, what the whole of the internet is about. And I know I've just called it the YouTube like I'm some kind of proper uncool grandad. Oh, you're pissing about on the YouTube all day, are you? I'm pissing YouTube. It just, if it doesn't make sense to you, watch a few more, at which point the penny will drop. This makes perfect sense now. Why isn't anybody else doing this? Etc., etc., etc. Right, I'm going to open the window slightly. Oh! My dad put the lights up yesterday, the outside lights. And it's been raining slightly. The front of my car is now twinkling blue and white. How cute. And over the road, I've got all their lights up, which looks amazing. So at some point in the next few weeks, I'm going to get out there with the Osmo Pocket 3. I'm going to have a wander around and show you all the lights. Ginger's crossed it should look fantastic. Pause on the roads in Rill, Offaly and Norfolk. Rill, doable. Norfolk, Jesus, that's a hell of... Do you know what? I probably reckon this is a question over on Twitch. Pause on the road. If I went and done the pause live, I could do it in Rill because it's not that far away. Norfolk and Offaly. I reckon I could get to Norfolk. Sorry, Offaly quicker than I can get to Norfolk. That's how bad it is. How bad the roads are from here to there. And even then, it's better nowadays than it used to be. Because at least you've got like a dual carriageway or something now, haven't you? In from wherever to wherever. We never used to have that years ago. It used to just be the back roads trying to get to Carrow Road. People used to hate going there from here. Which, why are we complaining? Every away game that you go to, if you're a Norwich or Ipswich fan, must have been the same. Getting anywhere, just back roads. That'll be the day. Ha ha ha. I am going to do on the road pause. But I've got to start planning it, working out what I need to take with me. How I can do it. It was the other morning too with frost. It looks lovely, doesn't it? The frost and the snow everywhere. Horrible at times, like, but it looks lovely. Been raining nearly all day. In London, the driest place on earth. Outside lights, we are on the posh street. This is a very posh street, to be honest with you. It's not even a street, it's not even a cul-de-sac. Not one of those little, a straight road in and a little bit around at the end. It's all these wisteria lane kind of curly bits off it. Looks very, very nice. Very posh. Chroma lights go on next Saturday. Please, please, please tell me you've got someone decent switching them on. Ours went on a couple of weeks ago, and it was Gemma Collins from The Only Way is Essex doing ours. My daughter said she was going into town for something and couldn't get anywhere because there's just people all over the place, and there was a big stage with Gemma Collins on it. I did ask whether she fell through it or not, but got no answer. I live in Tory territory. I did. For the first time in history, we now have a Labour MP. Up until the election, we were the only ward or whatever area of Merseyside that had a Tory MP. I hated him as well, the prick. Used to see him all the time. You see him in Tesco with a bag full of shopping, knowing full well he'd gone in there just to buy a few bits and pieces to look like the common man, while Ocado and Waitrose were dropping all the shite. And, oh, thank you for voting. Why are you thanking me? I'm not voting for you, you gobshite. I hate him. It's a nightmare. If it's north, it's A17. If it's south, M25. The road to hell or the road to Hull. Either way, you're not gonna... Have I sorted out the car emergency kit? I have my bag with the blanket in it, and the charger, the big battery jump pack which will then charge all my stuff. It's got something else in there as well. It's got water in there. I haven't got the kettle or the pot noodles yet, but I will get there. I'm going to read all your comments with that accent. No, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not, Louise. You want to flirt with that, love? Only teasing. They are getting electric next week in Norfolk. Everyone's excited about it. Is that what you mean by the lights are getting switched on? They're not like the Blackpool illuminations. They're just lights are getting switched on in Cromer. Outside lights. You need to take a picture of the only house that celebrates Christmas on the outside. There's a couple of houses next door to each other in Southport, in Woodvale, Ainsdale kind of way, which are fairly famous for it. They light theirs up and they've got collection boxes outside to pay. And whatever's left over goes to charity every year. I'll try and get either a picture or a video of that as well. But it really does stand out. It must cost them a bloody fortune. I think you're the most sober person from the pub to turn the lights on. So nobody this year then, yeah? No one was sober enough. Oh, Chroma lights are being turned on by the child who wins the Christmas poster competition. Isn't that lovely? That's better than some Z-list celebrity, isn't it? Oh, the lights have been up for a month already. Oh, shit, isn't it? Yeah, definitely, Mandy. Much better, isn't it? Much better. I didn't even read that, but yeah, absolutely right. Got enough wind turbines out on the coast, making the most. It'll be the mayor's niece, definitely. We'll split the driving for Norfolk and Norwich away next year. Yeah, interpret that as you will. Yes, as Thomas said, we'll be playing Norwich next year. And it won't be because they get promoted more than likely. It'll be us going down. Or we'll pass each other on the way, won't we? Norwich will come up and we'll go down. Your mayor is a proper local. You and Helen have known him for over 40 years. Lovely stuff. Hasn't been parachuted in to make a few quid. As it should be. If you are local, you've got the interests of the locals at heart, I would have thought. Christmas lights in London are not on yet. They haven't put them out, which has been a surprise. They must have the cash for them. Yeah, I still think turbines should have fairy lights on them. It would make sense at least for one of them. Every field should have at least one in the middle. Or paint the blades white and paint a little boxy thing in the middle yellow so it looks like a daisy. And paint the stem green. Make them look like they're all daisies rather than big grey wind turbines. Why not? Why not do that? Laz, what's it like over on that side? Laz is over there as well now. The party's going off on Twitch, man. We're having a proper... Covent Garden had a switch on. Sorry, Covent Garden had switch on. Sorry, Louise. Yeah, I mean, the lights over here, the Christmas lights in every town or city appears to be quite an important thing. And I loved it yesterday when I was picking Jess up from when she had a haircut. It got to 4 o'clock-ish when I had to pick her up. Coming down Lord Street in Southport during the blue hour. Oh man, all the trees, the trunks and the branches have got lights on them all the way down. And then the Christmas lights are up. And there's quite a few of them this year. Looked amazing. But I didn't have the cameras with me, so I couldn't get a picture of it. I'll go out at some point this week, deliberately, and take pictures of them. Yeah, better for the birds. If you do one so it looks like a big plant, a big flower, how big would the bird be that's trying to eat from it? How big would the hummingbird be trying to eat from one of them? Turbines on your sort of turbines of your coast have red lights on the top. They all should have red lights on them because they are fairly big, and with them being grey, they blend into the background. You don't want helicopters banging into them, do you? At night, on a clear night, it's lovely to see. I bet you it is. Like a load of little fireflies in the background. I went to see U2 in 1993 at Leeds Round Hay Park, and the stage was so big it had red lights on the top as well. It didn't really need it because if you go to Round Hay Park, you walk up a little bit of a ledge and it dips in. So it was like a bowl. It was all dipped in, so it wasn't that high above the ground, but the stage was that big it needed red lights to stop planes and helicopters banging into it. You can go to Jar of Glue, but then you don't go to Covent Garden because you're not a tourist willing to be fleeced, of course. Yes, it's now over there. Thomas and 5,997 others. Party's going off, man. Painted is better. Warning for the birds, yet they fly into the wings. You don't want it to fly on one of those, do you? Jesus. Used to be a huge either gas or oil refinery near Mablethorpe. I always thought it looked pretty at night. Do you know what? It's a similar kind of thing with, well, Thomas will tell you, over in near Ellesmere Port, we've got the oil refineries. There's one there. You've got ICI in Runcorn and things. I love them as well. I think, considering how shit they are for the environment, they really do look pretty because there's lights absolutely everywhere. Normally there's a bit of a shimmer as well, isn't there? So it looks, I don't know. You don't see Thomas's chat. He's over in, it should be on the screen. He's there as Erin goes. There you go. Stanlow Oil Refinery. It does look fantastic, doesn't it? The ICI in Widnes and Runcorn as well. Runcorn and Widnes, also known in South Liverpool as The Smell. As in, are you going to The Smell? Because that's all it is. It's smell. Smell and inbreeding. And there you've got Runcorn, which is where John Bishop is from, which speaks volumes. Oh, hang on. Thomas has levelled up to level 2 over on
It's going
Twitch.
up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's there.
We might have a Twitch hat-trick. We never know. We never know. You only have a look at the chat on your iPad. Yeah, there's no way of combining the chat onto the iPad apart from on the screen. Laz, yes, he is. He's up this way. He's a Manc, so he's not that far away at all. Just down the road. Jenksy, what about you? Are you doing alright? Jackie Lewis, that J-Lou. It is on the screen, but you tell you it's too far, so you read it on your phone. And unfortunately on the phone, all you will see, apart from being on the screen, would be something else. Stand by your beds. Stand by your beds. How's everyone tonight? Everyone's rocking it. We are rocking around the Christmas. We're having it large. Marvellous. Oh, it is lovely. Play things like, yeah, Stanlow Oil Refinery and ICI and what have you. Mablethorpe, as Louise said. It's finding the beauty in the mundane, I think. Anything like that. Things that people say look horrible. Again, I was watching Henry Turner, and I know I've mentioned him a few times, who does a lot of landscape photography in the Lake District. And there's a place that he went to that used to be, I think it might have been a coal mine or a flint mine or something up in the Lake District. And he said, it doesn't particularly look nice when you photograph it because all the land is scarred. But that's part of the history of the Lake District now, in this one particular area. So it's got a beauty of its own, because it's got the history. Man-made. It might be hundreds of thousands of years old, this rock, but it's been mined out by men with nothing more than pickaxes and what have you. So it deserves to be photographed. There is beauty in that as well. Yeah, you'll miss that, Steve, when the light pollution from chroma kicks in. Light pollution is such a ball ache. And I know this because just about a minute and a half up the road there's no street lights and it looks so much better. But you still get the light pollution from Southport, Liverpool, Manchester, whichever direction you move in. You still pretty much get loaded out apart from heading out towards Ireland because it's too far away. If it wasn't for that, some of the pictures I'd be able to get would be amazing. Mandy's confusing herself. The rebels have moved over to Twitch. Kirsty's over there as well now. It's just they're helping me out. That's all it is. Don't go anywhere though, because I think we're going to leave it till 9 o'clock, at which point we might have a little bit of something special from me to you. To all of you. Trying to rock it, but a splitting headache. Side effect from one of the many meds. Or one of many from the meds. Can you not take anything for that? Mind you, if you take paracetamol, it says on there, doesn't it? One of the side effects is can cause headaches. What's the fucking point of taking them then? George is shagging Tigger up and down the landing. Go ahead, Georgie, lad. Mandy is still here. I am here. You don't have much of that in Norfolk. There's an official dark sky area just 10 miles from you. You jammy sod. The nearest one to us, I think, is the Irish Sea. It'll be the Isle of Man or Northumberland, I think. Something like that anyway. Fucking miles away. But then we are busy. We have got massive cities all around us. There's got to be dark areas in North Wales though, hasn't there? I would have thought. And the lakes, that'll be one as well. I would have thought. I would have thought lots of things, wouldn't I? Any painkillers? Is that from anybody got any Veras? Lovely. Any painkillers? You're only allowed to take paracetamol. Oh, Tom Asher's appeared here as well. Twitch. Laz, hang on.
It's going up, it's going
over
up,
there
it's going
on
up,
Twitch.
it's going up, it's going up, it's there.
It is there. There's one in the Pennines. Int Pennines. Somewhere. I'll have to check that one out. I'd love to go somewhere where it's really dark. You know, really, really dark. Just to see what kind of pictures I can take. YouTube chat is running behind. It is, even though I've got an ultra low latency, Twitch is always way ahead for some strange reason. Dark outside your back window until next door security light goes on. That was pointed out to me, I must admit. There was no need for that at all. It's like, genuinely, it's like Leeds United's old floodlights. Massive. No need, man. A boom, boom, boom. I like to hear say Twitch. Loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like that. Jeez, this is getting warmer, this. I know I'm sat here wearing a hoodie like, but... Yeah, you don't have a problem yet, but chroma is only the start. Beyond that, there'll be lights everywhere. If you ever look at the Earth from the International Space Station, it's quite scary. Africa, there's pretty much completely dark apart from a couple of the more European cities in the very north and the very south where there's lights, but apart from that it's pretty much dark. And then you look at Europe, you can tell every major city. It's scary how light it is, just lights absolutely everywhere for no reason. No wonder we're burning the planet up. Why are all these lights on? What's the point? To light up what? We'll be buggered if we have World War 2.5, won't we? I don't mean the one where they're dropping Enola Gay type weapons, but I mean, well, imagine that. World War II nowadays, where the warden goes round, turn that light off, and everybody's walking around in the street with the phones like that. Turn your phone off. I can't. I'm addicted to it, mate. Just everyone's screens on. There'll be bombs getting dropped left, right and bleeding centre. Right, so it's been sorted out, your electric meter and a couple of dodgy sockets as well, yep. You've had the street lights replaced with the energy environmentally friendly ones. They're the ones where they point downwards, which sounds stupid, doesn't it? The lights point downwards in as much as the light doesn't spill back up. There's no need for the light to spill up at all, is there? It's supposed to be pointing downwards so you can see what's going on there. Yeah, we're getting a few of them put in. You've got those crappy LED streetlights that are only supposed to shine down. We have them. The weird thing about them is the light. Are we so used to the normal sodium lights, the ones that have been there for donkey's years, that there's a certain kind of vibe to them that look normal? These new ones, the LED ones, just don't look normal at all. They look fake. Those are fake lights. It's all strange, man. Oh, Kirsty Slidey writing on Twitch, which will surprise the bejesus out of everyone over there now, I think. Those are the ones. You got them as well in Norfolk. Brilliant, especially when you don't shine in your window so much. If they work really well. When they don't, they're a pain. I wonder what it's going to be like if they actually manage to replace all of them. Will it look better? Will we see the stars? We're missing out on so much. We're missing out. I feel jealous of all those people around the world who can just walk out of the front door, look up and see the sky, the actual sky, stars everywhere. And you know, we're going out trying to see the northern lights recently, and you can just about make it out because there's just street lights everywhere. Oh, kiddish caustic fiduciary neurogenic awestruck bicarb ruddock Crudgington latching chorus Weybridge crib. Some great words in there, I like them. That's his point. Archley NCT Bitcoin Battle Prime users. Yep. Tell that to Chroma Council. We need to have a word with them. That's it. I'm getting the 8 mile radius out, I think. It's too bloody warm in here. Far too warm. Middle of the winter. I'm sweating like a budgie's beak. Right, so now you can't see the lock on the front door to get the key in. No problem at the back, because you're near a leisure centre that has halogen floodlights for the car park. But I struggle to see what you're doing trying to get in. Isn't that a ball ache? That's progress for you, Louise. That's progress. Steve, you got a lad with issues across the road and down a bit, and because of his condition, they replaced the LED white for a purple infrared colour. What? Do you know what? I would say in that case, fair play to the council, to the people who've decided to do that. Other places just say, nah, get on with it. Isn't that great? A little bit of consideration. Unless, of course, he's blagging it and he's actually a thief and just wants the lights switching off. Either way, great work. That's good, that. Lad's going to pop me on the PC as well. Ooh, very nice. Going to smash it everywhere, man. Yes, Louise, you need a finger light. Little light on your finger. A little ring with a light on it so that you can just zhoosh and get in. And don't be standing there outside your front door like a drunken man on his wedding night struggling to fit it in. Fair play to the council, I would say so. See what you like about her. She does talk sense, our Kirsty. YouTube on the PC. Mandy's getting whiplash. Mandy has Miss Whiplash. What? Twitching on the phone as well. Lars, twitching on the phone, YouTube on the PC. Double bubbling. Lovely to see it. We love it. You can buy magnetic lights for your front door. You have them just recharge. Are they sort of motion detected ones? So when you go towards, you put your hand towards the door, they'll switch on straight away so you can see where you're going. It's worth a try that, Louise. Worth a try. Magnetic ones for the front door just so you can see where you're going. Motion, there you go, sound, that works wonders. I'll drone you some up next time there's a big snowfall. Man, the thing is you don't know which one to chat on. You want to chat on YouTube where the majority of the community is, but you also desperately want the points, don't you? It's on Twitch. To get yourself up that table. Key in one hand, phone in t'other. Very, very dangerous. We've all been there. I'm surprised you haven't got a door code one. Or a retina scan or something. I can imagine that. Any house that's got a blue kitchen, retina scan. Get yourself in there. That sounds like a good solution, that though. And of course, Louise, don't forget, the longer nights will be coming in soon. 3 weeks' time, we have to turn around and the longer nights begin. I can't wait. Doesn't normally bother me. I don't mind it being dark early. I quite like the comfy feeling of putting the fire on and lying under your blanket or getting under your blanket on the sofa and watching the telly. But I quite like the late nights as well because you just get out with your camera and start recording everywhere. Not everywhere anyway. Not on the dogging site. Yep. Get a HAL 9000 wall mounted scanner. That'll sort you out. And then get it to change and go start singing Louisey, Louisey, give me your answer do. What's best for me? More benefit on YouTube or trying to promote? Either or, I think. Just as long as people are here and I can spend some time with my peeps. That's why you like the lights that you have. If it works wonders, doesn't it? Anything like that. The only problem is when you get there and you do that and the light doesn't work and then you muddle your way in to try and get in, and as soon as you get in and open the door, the light comes on and you want to smash things to bits. That's when you lose it. Don't use the front so much since the car went. It's further to walk. Fair enough. You preferred it round the back. You can get a torch to attach to the keyring. There you go. See, we have a problem and we're now full of solutions. Your organically charged football is welcome. The only football that is welcome today. That and the FA Cup.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed, very poor indeed. Definitely TMI. What's up with your car? What go on with your car and thing, with your whip? That's what the kids say these days, isn't it? Yeah, I got myself a new whip. That does look pretty, you know. Oh. Right, well, we've got a couple of minutes. Oh, hang on. Ah, damn. Those lights. It's not gonna, yeah. I have got one of them. I've got one of those exact ones. In here somewhere. Yeah, I've definitely got one of them. I used to have it for trying to get to the bathroom of a night because it's pitch black upstairs. Now that I've moved downstairs, I have a red light on all the time. You know what I mean, don't you? A bit like being in a submarine, so you can wake up and the red light doesn't affect your eyes, but you can see where you're going. Twitch censorship. There's no Twitch censorship, is there? I wouldn't have thought so. What's going on Twitch? Big party going on over there, man. Seen a tiny torch that attaches to a key. It's just a button. I like the fact that there was a problem and then everyone's come together to provide the solution. Fair play, I say. Fair play, I say. Would help, would help. Anyway. I know I'm a bit of a bar humbug kind of gobshite, but we have a little bit of a Christmas tree. So I have decided that this year we're also going to have a Christmas song, an official Bears Paws Christmas tune, including a video. Would you like to see it? When I say would you like to see it, you're getting shown it whether or not anyway, so yeah. Here's the Christmas tune. Prepare yourself for this. It will be released as a standalone video on YouTube if you want to go and watch it on there and sing along to it, because it is an absolute banger. Just preparing you. It is a banger. Here we go.
Roasting chestnuts in the snug. Happy Horace gives a hug. Where's the bombs the Dukey stuck? Kippers tried, but without luck. The jolly life of Santa Claus, the holly on the big front doors, the warmth is in the hot fire roars. It's Christmas here at the Bears Paws. The tinsel hanging in the halls, car park doggers, dancing balls, there's stockings hanging on the fire, singing from the punchers' choir. The jolly life of Santa Claus, the holly on the big front doors, the warmth is in the hot fire roars. It's Christmas here at the Bears Paws. There's baubles hanging off the tree, and presents here for you and me. The happiest time of the year, so gather for some Christmas cheer. The jolly life of Santa Claus, the holly on the big front doors, the warmth is in the hot fire roars. It's Christmas here at the Bears Paws.
There you go. Some of the AI artwork is truly spectacularly brilliant. When I mean brilliant, I mean utterly shite as well. Oh, Kirsty's levelled up over on
It's going
Twitch.
up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up, it's there.
Casper, how you doing? Bit of Scar Horace. I like Scar Horace. Just wish he was better. And there you go. Band-Aid, which is like Band-Aid but for bears. That is now available on YouTube with the actual words as well. Yeah, so I've been a busy boy today. Where are we? The fellow with the 3 sets of teeth was amazing. You have to go back and have a look at the dogger's feet as well. It looks like the toes have been curled, but also it looks like there's something else in there, which might get me banned, I think. But had to be left. It was funny. Yeah, aye, marvellous. Does sound very Brian Ferry-ish, doesn't it? I did put into the prompt a sort of 70s glam UK Christmas song. And for someone who's spent the last few days messing around with that, I can tell you now, that tune, especially that chorus, is an absolute earworm banger. It is amazing. Louise, the Chinese-bound dogger's foot, go back and have a proper look at that, because it looks a bit more like another part of a male anatomy. But I just thought it could be a toe curler being in a car at that point. Yeah, but I was putting everything together. It is, it's a willy toe. It's a very willy toe. The foot was wild, it was. I just hope it doesn't get banned by YouTube for that one. We shall see though. I might have to blare that one out. Can't wait to see what your present under the tree is. We shall see. Could be lights. Socks maybe, yeah. Could be. I enjoy making that though, I must admit. I like doing stuff like that. Is that a condom-shaped socks? Ribbed for your pleasure. And to make sure you don't slip over putting the bins out. Could well be. Who doesn't like new socks for Christmas? Come on. In fact, are there many better feelings on earth, and genuinely now, any better feelings on earth than being out in the snow and slush and rain, getting home and putting clean, dry socks on? Palm tree with Christmas lights. The foot was a bit too much, yes. But not my fault. AI did it. A big boy done it and ran away. First Sunday in Advent, which is marked by kids having a stocking where they get small gifts in every Sunday for 4 Sundays leading up to the 24th. So like our Advent, only a bit more traditional, a bit better. Yes, it was that's for the toe. And for those of you who've missed it, go back and watch the video's been released now. Go and watch it. Look out for the dogger's foot, because it is a work of art, has to be said. A proper work of art. You really need some shower gel, but you're eking out what you've got left. Eking it out. What's the chance you don't get any in 3 weeks? You're playing a very dangerous game, Louise. Very, very dangerous game. If you assume you're getting loads of it, you won't get any. If you think, I won't get any, I'll buy loads in, you'll get loads. And I will say this. Lynx shower gel. Everyone complains about it. Or all men complain about it, and yet we all use it. Because you'll forget that you've got none. You've run out and haven't got any of your expensive fancy dance stuff. And then you'll go looking in the place where you hide stuff like this, the bottom drawer of the wardrobe or something, and, you know, next to the electric AI feet and things like that, there'll be a dusty bottle of Lynx Africa shower gel, and you'll get in there, you'll get showered, you come out smelling fantastic. There's always Lynx shower gel somewhere in the house, so thanks, daughter. Although, to be fair, I always thought Africa smelled a lot more like elephant shit, carrion and blood diamonds rather than a teenage boy. But there you go. Don't shower for 3 weeks, Louise. Don't shower for 3 weeks. I wouldn't try that, to be honest. But it's an idea. Do we have advent candles with the days on? I don't think we do we? But I think if you watch Blue Peter as a kid, you can make used to make a Christingle, didn't he? Which might have been a similar kind of thing. You bought the men's Nivea set as a gift. The men's Nivea stuff, I actually quite like that. Very creamy shower gel. Well, I'm still using the men's beard club stuff, the cedarwood. Oh my god, I smell adorable. It's amazing. The cat could complain. The cat can go and feed itself then, Louise. Chocolate advent calendars, we definitely have them. It's a very nice tradition. I was going to say Christmas, the wintertime traditions are really nice. You've got Sinterklaas on the 5th of December, where you put your clog out, which is not what it sounds like. That sounds like a really scouse phrase, that, doesn't it? Air down the road, there'll be fucking thrusting air. I've seen her down Shield Road putting the clog out, you know what I mean? It does sound like that, doesn't it? The oldest profession in the book, putting your clog out. Jackie likes the dove from above. Kirsty, you only use imperial leather. There is another one, but you can't remember. Oh, I love the smell of imperial leather. Don't use it anymore. Old Spice is the best. That's another one. We've mentioned this before, haven't we, about smells being such a real powerful memory aid. Old Spice and Brute always remind me of my granddad, as does Badidas. My nan's bathroom used to smell of Badidas. Lovely stuff. Blue Peter Advent Crown, of course. We all made it. Tea lights, coat hangers and tinsel. What could possibly go wrong as the entire house burns down? Problem with Nivea, of course I forgot about that. They support the shite. Same reason there's no crown paints on the walls. Only natural made soap for Jackie. Of course. You wanted to be the gift, never mind provide the gift. The gift that kept on giving. Love traditional aftershave smells. I am convinced as well here, genuinely convinced, this is a theory. All the smells, all the aftershaves from the 70s and 80s that people complain about, they were shite. In a blind smelling test, they'd be the ones that everyone actually loves. And I mean Brute, Old Spice, then like Kuros and Dupe and things like that, people will really like. But they're just afraid to say so. That's what I believe anyway. Don't have any traditional stuff from the 5th and the month out. As I remember rightly, in the Netherlands, it was the 5th was the big sort of, the 5th and 6th was the big day. And then the 25th, no one really asked about anything. And then it would have been, New Year would have been big as well. Apart from that, there was nothing in the whole of December. Aramis, same thing. All these smells, people look at them and think, oh, they're awful. They're not. They're really nice. Tabak you've got at the moment. Bit of tabak. I mean, I draw the line at blue Stratos and denim and things like that, but I bet you're even then going back, they'll probably smell quite nice as well. Although that reminds me, when my dad signed for Middlesbrough, he was roommates with Graham Souness. When he'd first signed, he'd gone from the 3rd division to the 1st division, and when he arrived, he was putting on his, I think it might have been blue Stratos, and Graham Souness went, what the fucking hell's that? It's my aftershave. He went, give me that. Dropped it in the bin and went, here you go, here's a bottle of Givenchy Gentleman. So you're in the 1st division now, son. Give him that. And then my dad's used it ever since. Not the same bottle, obviously. That would have been spectacularly big if it was. But he's used Givenchy Gentleman ever since. And it's a lovely smell, that, I must admit. Chorus wasn't too bad. I quite like Chorus. Although it does smell very much like one of those fellas with a bubble, curly perm with a bit of soul glow on it, a moustache and white patent leather shoes that used to go to, I don't know, nightclubs in Batley or places like that, you know what I mean? On to pull. Denim ads with the hand inside. Denim. Getting yourself on... Kirsty's getting an advent calendar on the 9th. You're going to eat all 9 days in one go. Or 24 days in one go. Leave one for the end. Right foot tend. Yeah, chorus. I quite like chorus. It's a weird smell though. It reminds me of sort of, I don't know, aftershave mixed with Retsina. Something like that, you know what I mean? Like you could have drunk it as well. Or powered your car on it. Yeah, was that your hand in the ad, Mandy? The fingernails under the shirt? With your denim. Grunt poor hom, the scent of a man. You strain the water through layers of hay and wood ash and you get lye. Key component in any kind of soap. You bought perfume and boots last Tuesday and forgot. They sent you a message to say it was ready for collection yesterday. My ex used to work in Boots. She wasn't a chemist, she was a prostitute.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
That is a joke, by the way. Before anyone starts writing and going, poor sod. Didn't realise your bird was a brass lad. Probably refills it like Mandy does with the Baileys. The Tia Maria. That's why. There you go. I never thought about that, Barnesy. You're right. Mandy's been proud of this one bottle of Tia Maria that she's had. It might be the same bottle, but you're on your 27th refill, aren't you? We see you. Thomas, the best aftershave you had was from Zaanse made in one of the mills. Spicy. Ooh. I like quite woody smells. Cedarwood and sandalwood. That cedarwood men's beard club stuff is just, oh man. I need to buy some incense. If I can see if I can buy, what the fuck am I talking about? See if I can buy some cedarwood incense. Very poor indeed, very poor. You love Boots. We had a few ones there, but they're all gone. Same with M&S. Who else was it? Someone else came over to the UK and I can't remember who it was. Don't know. No, it might have been my friends from America that came over. Liverpool one. So there's loads of stuff in there. If you need anything. If you've got any drugstores, it was like, well, the drugstores that we have, you can't just go in and say, I've got a headache, can I have 6 months worth of methadone? But it sells bits and pieces, and then when I met them for a drink afterwards, after work, Boots is fantastic. We bought it and walked out with like bags full of stuff. People do not go into Boots and walk out with 4 bags full of shopping. They did. Mandy getting a new bottle on Saturday. Are you going to finish the other one first? Steve, you can't get used to hearing chat that you haven't read. I know it's mad, isn't it? Try being in charge of all of it, mate. At least it'll keep the moths away from my wallet. There's nothing else in my wallet apart from moths at the moment. With that bloody car. Although, has to be said, how about this for timing? In work, we're supposed to have our pay rise at the beginning of June every year. And it never gets paid in June every year. It got paid at the end of November. And it was pretty much to the penny how much my car cost. That was how much the backdated pay rise was. which was handy, I think the phrase is. Very handy. Perfect timing. So I didn't really feel it. I've been kicked in the les earth d'amour, but it didn't really hurt that much. You've only got a food hall M&S local. You have to travel to Lisbon for a full M&S shop. I am with the mighty Boosh on this. Nobody does the full shopping in M&S. You buy your bits from M&S, you get the full shop from Tesco or somewhere. Kirsty's getting confused as well. Try being in charge of it. What I might do is I might start also streaming to Kick at the same time, and then we'll get the entire screen will just be chat and everyone will be confused. Jinxie's finding it difficult too. Keep looking for what you've missed. I've got to keep an eye on 2 different screens. That could be that. Jimmy 2 screens, bruv. You know what I mean? Went to school with a fella called Alexander, but he was called Palisander. For his birthday, he got a bottle of Palisander wood oil with his face photoshopped on. Oh. Too much for your little brain. You haven't got a little brain, Steve. You haven't got a little brain, mate. It's just bloody confusing. I know it is. I know. As I say, I've got to read. Read both. React to both. Remember where I've been. It's my fault. I'm doing 2 at the same time. No wonder I'm breathless. What the? Oh, it's getting a bit Billy Goat Gruff out there now. A bit Mork and Mindy. The rain's coming down. It is my fault. It is my fault. All my fault. Boric Wuthering Viewfinder. Critic Zhao Vostok. By Corridor. Critical Go Orrery. Butter Varieties. Artistic Sieving Hogarth. Porcelain Dishworth. Dishworth Hogarth. Sounds very artistic. Very artistic. Me gusta mucho. Nah, Kirsty's at the cause of the confusion. I am. Full on confusion. But it's good practice. Good practice for my brain. Kirsty's sliding right in this psychosis inducing. It can be at times. The worst part about it is, it makes sense to me now. All of it, I can see where the kernel of the idea comes from. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a really bad thing. Speaking of good things, I had my call with work last week about becoming a full-time home worker. Full-time home worker. And the results are in. It is agreed I am a full-time home worker. I might occasionally have to go into work for a meeting every now and then. That's about it. Which means I can now, there's a weight off my shoulders, a weight off my mind. I was worried about it. And this weekend has proved I was right about being worried, because there's no pressure on me now. And I have been absolutely, thoroughly exhausted to the point where I can't do anything. And I don't want that to be the situation while I'm in work. As much as, all right, we'll let you park under the building. Great. Just being sat at my desk, I'll be absolutely exhausted, and then I'll be unfit to drive home. I don't want that. But hopefully in the future, good news. Cheers, Tomas. Cheers, Jacques. Hopefully in the future, at some point, hopefully, I'll be in a position where I can say to them, I'm all right now. I can come in. But that just seems a long way off at the moment because of this ridiculous fatigue. Can't deal with it, man. You might have a tear. Finish the old bottle off. You should do. Go on, Mandy. Get in there. Yes. Hope it's the drink, not the small stroke. Have a tear, Maria. Do not have a trans-ischemic attack. We don't want them. I was blown away by that the other day. Jinxie, you sent me the link, didn't you, to the article in the newspaper about... It's got what I had, the hemorrhagic stroke has got a 60% survival rate. Only 60%. Which blows my it blew my mind at the time, but yeah, it blows my mind. It is only a 60% chance that I was here now. Bizarre. Cheers, Casper. Read Kirsty slidey writing and imagine a mental patient in a straitjacket thinking he is in the Da Vinci Code and has to solve the slidey writing. There could be hidden things in this. We're all sat there laughing about it, but there could be hidden messages. Kirsty could be the Illuminati. We just need to check it. Cheers, Louise. We can. Yes, I can spread myself out. No hot desking. I got away without hot desking for a long time because I have to have a raised desk with me being so tall. And I've got back and shoulder problems that were caused by work, being made to sit at a desk that's too low. So now I have to have a specialised chair and a special mouse, sideways mouse, and a raised desk, which is bueno. Yeah, so no hot desking. I can spread myself out. I can also literally go and spread myself out when needed. When I'm feeling tired, and I've mentioned this during my call with, luckily, one of the bosses I spoke to, one of the big bosses I have known for a long time. I was on her command, and I sat fairly close to her. So she knows who I am, and she knows that I'm a grafter normally. I wouldn't moan about anything, I'd just get on with it. So the fact that I'm saying that I'm in no fit state to come in, probably thinking he's not chatting shit he would be in. Speaking to her, I said it's the fatigue. If I'm struggling with it, I've got this part of my room sectioned off. There's sort of a divider of the room, so this part is for work or for YouTubery. That side's my bedroom. If I need to, I can just go and lie down for 5 minutes and get out my system, or an hour if need be, and then just work an hour later. I can control that. I can't control it while I was in the office, so I'm quite happy with that. It's a huge relief to me, that it is, just because if it was yes or no, it wouldn't have mattered. Well, it would, but you know what I mean. Just being told no, you have to come into work, I would then have to get on with it and deal with it and let them deal with the fallout. But with it being found, yes, you are in a better position if you are at home. It suits me more. I do feel I can control it better, and I'll be more useful to them as a company if you just let me get on with it. I need to manage it as best I can. I'll be able to do that at home. Should never have discovered slidey writing. Too late, Kirsty, too late. You are deep into it. Deep into it. Don't mix tea with Baileys, it won't end well. Don't mix much with Baileys. You can mix a little bit of Jameson, Irish whiskey. That goes well with it. But other stuff with Baileys, it turns into gorilla snot, which is it's a shot, isn't it? You mix a sherry with Baileys or something, and it goes all smudgy and horrible. The red dot will be light, bouncing off one of the tuning pegs of the guitar. Ali's trying to get a shot in, she is. Mind you, if it was Ali, the dot would be there because she's a crack shooter. Mandy, don't do cream or cheap blended whiskey. Oh, I say. Louise, you are on the phone with a chair in full recline with your feet up. I am jealous. Has to be said, I am jealous of that. I love a proper full-on recliner. I used to have one years ago. I got given a proper lazy boy recliner. It weighed an absolute ton, but it was insanely comfy. I could do with one of them now. That's how stream should be. Leaning back, a nice glass of something non-alcoholic. She's got a really steady hand but a rubbish aim. Or is it just a warning, Mandy? Is that the warning? This is how good my aim is. This is how steady my hand is. All I need to do is just do that. And it's toast. Brandy Baileys are nice. What is it that goes with Gorilla Snot today? I'm sure it's sherry. You put that into Baileys and it congeals. It goes horrible. So the best thing to do is to drink it quickly before it congeals. Otherwise, vile. Jackie's in bed, so you don't fall out onto the floor. Make sure. Yeah, what Kirsty does is just a digital version of Derren Brown, where he has folks on stage. Automatic writing. He knows what he's doing. Oh, you mean the office chair when you're working? Not now, right. Lucky sod. How'd you manage that? I could do that. If I had the space, the chair. I've got everything else I need, but yeah, I need a recliner. You've got 2 recliner chairs, they're not even plugged in. That reminds me of the old Les Dawson. Was it Les Dawson? My mother-in-law bought her a chair for Christmas, wouldn't let us plug it in. Electric chair, you see. Yeah. What makes a baby Guinness is that Kahlua and Baileys, is it? I think. Might be a Tia Maria and Baileys, but I think it's Kahlua and Baileys. Steve, you're sorry you mentioned the hats on TCS the other day. You noticed it caused a bit of a stir. Should just let them know then. The only place that you can come and find Louise rocking the hats is on the pause stream at the moment. Slow typing tonight, not keeping up with what I'm talking about. That's because I talk too quickly, Louise. That's what that is. Lime cordial in Baileys cement mixer. Eek. Rum doesn't mix with it. Nothing should mix with it. Jameson should, or Jameson rather, because it's an Irish whiskey liqueur and it seems to work quite well. Just thins it out slightly. Jinxie, your mum bought you a new tumble dryer yesterday. Very nice. Perfect time for it. Weather like this, I mean, jeez. Terrible weather. Cold mornings. Socks fresh out the tumble dryer. Bliss. It was only Christine. Loving the hat emoji there, Louise. The first UK show you really got into was Derren Brown's first TV series. Was that 2001, 2-ish? Bloody hell. I know he'd been going for a while. I didn't realise it was that long. Was that when he had hair? That's how long ago it was. What's the RPM on the tumble dryer? Have you taken it for a spin yet? You didn't ask, you don't get it until Friday. We'll ask you on Sunday then, if you've recovered by that point. Looked it up, it was 2003 and 2004, the first of his shows. Even so, you not far off 20 years, man. That is ridiculous. Mind you, when you get to our age, Not your age, our age. Things seem to fly by. Fly by. Talking to, who was I talking to the other day? About driving. I've lived here for 33 years. I was already driving before we moved here. 33 years. Well, that'll be more than 33 years, won't it, since I was driving? Yeah, it will have been 34 years I've been driving. Fucking mad's that. But her younger sister wants to, and she doesn't even know yet. Ah. Well done. Well done, Ma. Well done, Ma. Only seems like yesterday it does, doesn't it? Just mad. You know, if you'd not spent all the money on the new box. Well said, well said. You've been driving since you were 21. I was 17. I had my first lesson on my 17th birthday. After 4 lessons, my Welsh driving instructor said, "You're ready for your test." Halewood, South Liverpool, well, Knowsley, but South Liverpool, Red Dragon Driving School, in a red Volkswagen Jetta. And he was proper Welsh as well, Welsh. Don't know what he was doing living in Halewood, but there you go. Have you been driving before? It's like, mate, I might live in Halewood, but I'm not from Halewood. No, I haven't been driving. I've been doing donuts since I was 12 in other people's cars. Tried cleaning your combi microwave and it kind of exploded, the bloody thing. It was just a bowl of water. Be careful with all that kind of stuff. We don't want anything exploding. What box? What exploded, the bowl or the microwave, or both? Be careful with things like water in microwaves, because it expands. Anything that expands in a microwave can blow the bastard thing apart. Don't be putting metal or foil in there unless the foil is in a paper bag. But even then, that can go on fire. Bloody throat's gone there. I'm not surprised you were in a shock. When you don't expect something, it does come as a hell of a shock, doesn't it? No matter what it is. Have you ever seen the angry mama for cleaning microwave? That sounds familiar. I probably have, haven't I? Probably have. Got your licence February 2008. You had an old Volkswagen Polo Coupe. 17 years ago in a few months. I had a Volkswagen Polo. Even though it was a Polo, it was far from being in mint condition. I am convinced it tried to unalive me. I think there might have been a problem with the manifold, because I'm sure exhaust gases were getting into the cockpit, into the cabin. Get out feeling stoned. Not good. Although, I sold the guitar and bought the car with the proceeds. And then that got binned off. And my mate who scrapped it for me said, "I've got a couple of cars there if you want one." So I bought the Nissan Primera. That was the shittest looking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I cleaned it in the dark. And the following day it looked amazing when I got up. Just because it was dirty. It had been in a yard, like a builder's yard, so it was full of bits of cement and dust and dirt and all kinds. Cleaned up really well. Been lucky with my cars. He says with that thing outside it just cost me a pissing fortune. The water, it was a plastic bowl. It opened the door. Ooh. Jackie's bionic digital box. Apparently picture has been sent. What? Of your box? Ah, right. This is a Tankuda 2-pack of microwave cleaner, Angry Mama microwave oven steam cleaner remover, Cool Mama fridge deodorizer, absorber kitchen cleaner tool, easily clean crud in minutes, disinfects with vinegar water. Right, so buy them. It's not liking it, is it? There you go. Does that work? No, it's not liking it. But there you go. That'll do your cleaning. I like them. $10.99. There you go. $10.99. Are you out of your mind? Oh my god. Oh my god. So you put vinegar water in them, do you? And then it fixes everything. I might buy some of them. But perfect timing there. We're talking about Jackie's bionic digital box and a picture was sent. Worried about opening that then. You remember cars like I had my Volkswagen Polo. I would suggest to anybody who's starting off driving your first car, you can do a lot worse than a Volkswagen Polo. Such boss little things. Although my first car I bought was a Ford Capri. I thought it was really old. It wasn't, it was only 13 years old. The outside is much older. You've got one in the fridge, is that like as a deodorizer and what have you? Last car was a Polo. They're great, aren't they? Polos. Polos, I think, Volkswagen Golf is probably the only car that you'd ever need. As would a Ford Mondeo. Either or would do anybody. But a Polo, pretty much anybody can get away with a Polo. Ford Viva was your mum's first car. Thought Viva was Vauxhall. I have driven a Vauxhall. No, I haven't driven a Viva. I've driven a Chevette, a pastel blue Vauxhall Chevette, which I drove from the George in Southport to the Grapes in Formby to pick up a 22-gallon barrel of Heineken, and we put it in the back, and the car was like a fucking speedboat on the way back. That's the pub that my dad goes to now, when he goes for a pint on a Thursday. Loved your Polo. They are great, aren't they? Man, you don't know why, but you put a mug of water in the microwave after you've used it, an old school habit. Is that to absorb the microwaves? I always like the fact that people close the, or no, leave the door open, microwave door open. Why? To let the microwaves out. You don't really want to let microwaves out the microwave. It's shut for a fucking reason. Let it absorb within the Ujima flip. Your first car was a Starlet. Oh, who was that Starlet? That's a Japanese, isn't it? Starlet. That's proper old school, that one. Jinx. Old school. Vauxhall V. I like Vauxhall Vivas. There's loads of these old cars that used to be seen as being ugly, which now, in comparison to the utter shit that are on the roads, actually look quite nice. The Viva, the Chevette from Vauxhall. The Austin Allegro, the ugliest car ever made, looks positively cute compared to a Nissan fucking Duke or a Qashqai. Just these amorphous blobs that you find on the road. And I will always love the Nissan Duke, despite the fact that it's just a copy and paste car. It's because it's the first one that I drove after my stroke. My assessment was in one of them. So for me, it's a massive thing. It will always have a little part of my heart. It's a combo oven because you've got no room for a proper furnace-y, proper oven. Gaspy, sometimes had your slightly younger friends practice driving. If you had a girl that you wanted to snog in the back seat. Naughty. once had a friend on the roof filming Jackass Wild Times. If you're going to do it on a Polo. Yep, living and breathing life. Loving it, loving it, loving it. Thomas's dad has got a Polo with taste. They are great. Just, I like when you've got something like a Polo or a Golf. That's just all you need. Nothing more, just what you need. Get you to where you need to go. Not too many whistles and bells. You can rely on them. Bring back decent cars like that. The Polo's been stopped though, hasn't it now? I think. Am I right with that? The Polo's been discontinued. The Ford Focus, is it? No, the Ford Fiesta has been discontinued as well. Because we're moving away from cars with a little bit of a personality and fun to having, like, as I say, these amorphous blobs. And if you don't believe me, just go out and drive when there's been an old school car. I mentioned this, haven't I? I was in the car when a Triumph Stag was behind me. And then seeing Qashqai, Duke, Qashqai, Range Rover, Qashqai X5, Triumph behind me. It was like, I'd rather be in that than any of these things next to me. Proper cars with a little personality. Bring back the days of cars actually looking nice, I think. Man, do you think your microwave does more than microwaving, but you've never used any of the other settings? It could do anything. You could be missing out on all kinds of stuff. It could be a time machine for all you know. It was from 91, so you were there in 2007, closer to 91 than you are to 07 now. That is time, Casper, that is time. Time marches on. Polos and Golfs are brilliant. They really are. I think James May's cars are the people, he mentioned that. The Golf is, anybody can get away with having a Golf. Doesn't matter who you are. There's a version for everyone. It's all the car you ever need. I'd say the same with the Ford Mondeo. You want an estate car for carrying things, you can do. If you want a sporty ST, you can. Boss cars. Is there anything like that now? Is there anything that's a car for the common man? There isn't, is there? Fuck these SUVs, they're awful. I'm sticking with my whip. Mate had an old stripped out Opel Kadett years ago. That sounds fantastic. I love them. I also love the fact that they had the Opel, not Vauxhall. So things like the Astra was an Opel to begin with, wasn't it? Opel Kadett. Opel badged in the UK. A much better badge than the Vauxhall one. Yeah, at one point the Golf was the most common car in the world. Because it makes more sense than anything else. It's the right size. You can drive it anywhere. They normally last for years if you look after them. Fantastic things. Jackie, yours are the same. All you use it for is reheating. You could be missing out on loads. Whip out the paperwork and see what it does. Only the button, air fryer, microwave worked. Tried reading the manual, but it gave you a proper headache. YouTube, put in the make and model of it and then just watch tutorials. Easiest way of doing it. I do that with everything nowadays. I can't work it out, YouTube. When you were young, you used to go about in a mate's old banger camper type van. They're the kind of, I love stuff like that. Proper memories with your mates. Was a much stolen car, was it? Oh, I didn't know that. The Opel Kadett. And the Golf, sorry, the Golf, not the Opel Kadett. Mind you, if there's more Golfs on the road than anything else, it will be a really heavily stolen car, won't it? Just because there's so many of them. Never understand the handbooks. They seem to be written in Japanese. Yeah, just scroll to the front, not the back. James, mate, you loved your Fiat Panda. Fiat Pandas get such a great reputation from people who own them. Nobody else looks at them twice, then anybody who's owned a Fiat Panda will never stop going on about them, which I think is a proper sign, isn't it? A proper sign that it's a decent car. I wouldn't mind a Panda, especially the 4x4 ones, but they cost a bloody fortune now. Remember when Polo Blue Motion came out? You kind of wanted it, but it's so expensive to have a car. The Blue Motion as well, especially, you're getting something stupid like 70 miles per gallon. Mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Don't at the moment, and haven't for years. It's not worth it if you don't need one, because they are such an expense. The fella who made How It Works thing, he died. You're like, oh, very complicated. Everything's complicated these days. The good old days of having something really simplistic, whether it's a car, which is just a steering wheel, 4 wheels, an engine, and a gearbox, instead of 17 ECUs and what have you. Just something normal. Those days are gone. Same with a microwave that used to start with. So having to program all kinds of shite. A friend, his first car was a Golf, and he could open the car door with his house key. Fords used to be infamous for that. You could open them with a screwdriver, I think it was. The Duke is the one that reminds me of a frog, Louise. It is. I don't like them. They do look very froggy, but it is the first car I drove after the stroke, which was so nice to be driving again. I thought I'd never drive, so just being in that car, I'll always have a soft spot for them. Up by the Christs, they are ugly bastard things. The Qashqai doesn't look much better, to be honest, but yeah, ugly looking bastards. Ali, how you doing? What's the crack? You're back again. Yeah, look at the raking the lads and Skoda Lada and Skoda used to get. Skoda now are as good as you can get in terms of reliability and what have you, and build quality. Just because Volkswagen took them over. But yeah, that's me. Yes, it's not the Duke. It's me, definitely. So I don't see many Allegros. They're all nicked. You could open them with the power of suggestion alone, couldn't you? Oh, the sisters and this and Duke. They are ugly looking bastards. Oh, Ali, I forgot about that. Yeah, my issue with things like the Duke and the Qashqai is because they are all just copy and paste. You can, if you debadge a lot of these cars, a lot of the little mini SUVs, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference with them, especially side on. They all look absolutely identical. There's no personality, there's no difference anymore. It's getting very Stepford Wives. Very Stepford Wives. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Lada's had the best car heaters ever. They had to because they were sold in Siberia. Once totaled your mother's Mazda 626 because you hit a deer at 60 kilometres. What? 60 km? What? Mazda 626. I like them. New haircut. There has been a bit of a trim, as you can see by the yeah, I got the Zhuzh R earlier on. Give myself a proper full on. Yes, Thomas just mentioned there's been no bar staff tonight, and Ali turned up pink-handed. Perfect timing. Kilometres an hour. Yeah, I get confused with this. I know it should be kilometres an hour, but also we have miles per gallon, and you don't, do you? Over there you have litres per 100 kilometres, which works out the other way around. Confuses the bleeding life out of me. Thomas could have took a shift, especially considering he has a certain flag which should be waved today of all days. Steve-O asleep? Could well be. Poor sod. The workers. Proper workers. I moan about being knackered and I just sit in my chair listening to audiobooks all fucking day. Terrible behaviour. You know, T by default is timer is hours in day. Right. No chocolates, just a tea and cola, no ice. Straight up. Oh, Manny's trying to get rid of the tea, isn't she? For next week when the 2024 bottle arrives. The new Mandy is taking a year to drink a bottle of tea. Maria should have drank that in one go out the bottle back when she was a rock star. Cup of tea. That is a nice cup of tea, by the way. I know I say that every week, but that is genuinely a nice cup of tea. Isn't a nice cup of tea as good as it gets? I mean, genuinely. When you've had a shitty day and you get in and someone makes you a nice cup of tea, especially when someone else makes you a nice cup of tea. Not much better than that. When you spend all day leaning back in a recliner chair, someone brings you a nice cup of tea. Doesn't get any better than that. A nice cup of tea by drone. 60 kilometres is about 37 and a quarter miles. I used to be quite good at that, being able to guess. Because what you do, isn't it, with kilometres, is you divide it by 8 and times it by 5, and that's what gives you your miles, and then vice versa. Miles divide by 5 and times by 8, and that gives you your kilometres. 70 miles an hour is 112 kilometres an hour, because that's written as soon as you get off the ferry at Hull. I used to look for that sign all the time. The speed limit in the UK is 70 miles per hour. This is 112 kilometres per hour. Please be aware. Big sign. Coming off the boat. Freezing cold. The smell of diesel and salt air. The crackle of the radio as it suddenly found radio, wherever it was, Radio 1. The sound of Christmas, British Christmas songs. We're almost home now, he said, before a 3-hour journey back. Nearly to Nanny's, that was a famous one. There was loads of little sections on the way home. Oh, nearly to Nanny's. Nowhere near Nanny's, but you keep on talking, son. Irish coffee and a lorry load of paracetamol. No lorry loads of paracetamol, thank you very much. My mate tried to end himself with paracetamol. Took the first 2, said he felt great afterwards and never bothered with the rest of it. A nice cup of tea. Nice cup of tea. You can't beat a nice cup of tea. It's a very Irish thing as well, isn't it? Nice cup of tea. Yes, no Twitch shifts. Thomas said no Twitch shifts. J-Lou. They're talking about you over there as well. There's nobody on Twitch. Oh, actually, there is people on Twitch. Try to wait a bit because the meds make you drowsy and the paracetamol's sleepy. I got asked that the other day during my call. What medication are you on? Pregabalin. Is there any side effects? So, well, the side effects I was told about is it makes you drowsy. It makes you feel tired. And she said, does it? No idea. I am constantly knackered. Whether it's that or not, I don't know what it is, but might just be the edge on things. A mile is 1,609 metres, 34 centimetres and 4 millimetres. That is as exact as we're going to get. Proper exact. 1.6 kilometres for a mile. Which works out perfectly, doesn't it? If you divide 1.6 kilometres by 8 and then times it by 5, you get to 1. They do make you tired, you feel knackered. I feel knackered anyway, so it might just be, I don't know, adding an extra cup of water to a bucket of already full water. Headache aside of your meds. Have you had enough water, Esther? You've gotten pregabalin since 2015. It does help, doesn't it? Like I say, I also I have an antihistamine in the morning. It may make you drowsy, and I feel like writing to them and saying, mate, I've had a stroke. Just doing a Christmas card makes me feel drowsy. Great description. You were on the ferry. I remember it. Again, smells and sounds are two of the biggest memories that you can have. They trigger so many. The smell of diesel inside, not outside, the smell of diesel inside the boat as you're getting into it and the lorries have started up. The sound, the clanging of the metal decks as you drive over them. The radio's on, so you've got the static, and then as soon as you get out of it and it gets that first little bit of radio on DJ with his Midwest Atlantic accent. This is Slade. And that kicks in. It's like we are back in England. As much as I loved living in the Netherlands, I really did. Getting back for Christmas was always exciting to see the family, obviously. So yeah, I love that. The smell of diesel. The cold as well. It was always freezing cold in Hull. Freezing bloody cold. I mean, obviously it was December. Did you get a new tablet? Guess my sister gets it for her nerves in her right arm. She also had the operation. Yeah, I've got him. I'm on 75 milligrams in the morning and 75 milligrams in the evening. 150 in a day. And that's for the nerves in here. To try and let me... Oh, God. This is stiffened up today. I think I need to move this a bit more over the next few days. Painful. Have you told your doctor, Esther? Have you told your doctor? You need to. Be honest with them. Tell them straight. Tell them straight. You can't get the lid off the tear. Is it crystallised shut, has it? Can you not rock and roll it by just smashing the top off it on the side of a Jeep, like Shermie does with the bottles of wine in MASH? I know you watch it as well. Shermie. Gonna get one in the new year. May as well. You can get fairly cheap ones as well that work okay. Okay-ish, you know what I mean? Not brilliant, but they work okay. Technology is amazing nowadays, isn't it? Imagine saying that to yourself, or me telling myself when I was young. Fairly soon, what you'll have is just this little screen. Well, it's quite a big screen, actually. You'll be able to watch telly on it, and you'll be able to make videos yourself and put them on. What? Oh, there's something going on. The busies, the busies. Not just the ambulances, the busies are out as well. You take 150 a day as well. I'm hoping to get to the point where I don't need them, but this is 2 years in. I need them. Hoped you could take less meds. You're taking 5, but the cardiologist was not having it, just less milligrams. Well, yeah, less milligrams is a start. Even if you still got to take 5 different types of meds, if the MG is coming down, eventually it'll come down to 0. As long as it's making you feel alright. Even if you're knackered now or you've got a headache now, the overall must be doing well for you. Get it in the sales. Absolutely. Come January, sort yourself out. I have to behave myself when it comes to the January sales. It was difficult during the Black Friday stuff. All these cameras and lenses and things. I don't even make enough videos to warrant all the stuff I want to buy. It's a stupido man, as they say in Japan. Helps with your PTSD along with some EMDR treatment. Has a lot of uses. It's also not a new drug. I think 90 years old, is it? Started as an anti-epileptic medication. I did not know that. I knew it was for nerve, so obviously with it being nerve related, things like epilepsy must make sense. 90 years old. Band-Aid, yes. Yeah, funny, Jeff. Yeah, it was funny earlier as well. You went to your very first COPD clinic on Friday and they're changing your inhaler and giving you another one. How are you managing with that? My dad's got COPD. I've got asthma, and at the moment it's going well. I am managing it. It's not getting any worse. I'm always worried about COPD. Well, fingers crossed for you. The new inhaler, if it changes, it might be a bit better for you. You only use it for YouTube. It's not a big deal. There should be plenty of options out there. Then, Jacques Man, plenty of options out there. As long as the screen's pretty alright, isn't it? And they all are really, to be honest with you. I bought myself a cheap one. I've got an iPad, but I bought a cheap Android tablet as well, just for some other bits and pieces. So it works out quite well. It's where it says you smoke. Naughty girl. Naughty, naughty girl, Jackie. Don't be doing that. It's bad for you. Bad for your health. Ask your people for one for Christmas. Yeah. Get them to sort it out. Foster. Is that the what's it called, the crack pipe then? Has it worked? Yay! As right, so it is. Forgot about the towel on your hair. Just taking it off and you look like a 1980s Scouse footballer. Oi, don't be having a go at 1980s Scouse footballers. Where's a picture of my dad? It's not going to be able to show you this, am I? For some strange reason it won't show. "1980s Scouse footballers," do I hear you say? Moustache as well. Full on moustache as well. Or is that a comeback, is it, for me for having a go at your accent? I apologise, Louise, I apologise. Don't be having a go at me dad. You look class. You'll be able to hide it anyway under one of your hats, Louise, of course. Just throw a hat on. And then smoulder into the camera. Jackie, you've got a clip with a bow in your hair. How very Disney that is. I've got a mate in work. Well, she doesn't work with us anymore. She used to. Little Emma, who was absolutely obsessed with Disney. She's always wearing stuff like that. Ah. Do you have the moustache? Do you have the full-on mooey? Like that, only dark, and the moustache isn't as full-on. And you also haven't had as many red cards as he has. To keep hair out of your eyes. Your hair's too short. What hair in your eyes? You're on about? What are you on about, you? Just need a wee trim. Isn't there a place in Northern Ireland? Weetrim, which is near Antrim. I guess we got something with your lungs a few years ago and got a like umbrella term diagnosis, yeah. And then the COPD one last year. I haven't told anyone really. It was after COVID. Oh man. You always smoked a fair, but you need to be really careful. COVID, COPD and smoking, not a good combination. Not good at all. Hair, feckin' hair, you know. I could have said worse than that with your wee trim, couldn't I, to be honest? Could have been a very Frankie Howard. I think yourself lucky. How's the fair babies? How's the book reading going, Mandy? Go on, how's your book reading? Where you up to now? Mandy, of course, is rereading the 7,026 books by Sir Terence Pratchett. It's Terry Pratchett to me and you. How far are we with them now? How far are you? I'm struggling to speak again today. What is wrong with me? It sucks. Yeah, gotta be careful, man. I think me mum smoked for years. My dad did as well until he decided to give up one day. Just went, no, not doing it anymore. And that was it, stopped. My ma tried and tried and tried. Couldn't. And then she got what possibly might have been something similar to COVID. And that was it, because she was so ill for about 3 or 4 weeks. Never had one, and has never been back since. And even though they might have done damage in the past, at least getting off it now. They're helping themselves, I think. How's Dublin? How's it going with that, right? How's me Martins out? Me Martins out of sound. Me dad put up the lights yesterday. I will try and get a picture of them or a video of them, because they look lovely. The street always looks fantastic when all the lights are up. I quite like that. It was lovely the other day as well with we didn't have our lights up at this point, but I took a picture on the top of the car when the roof was covered in frost. I used one as a picture the other day, didn't I? But I used the boot. But on top of the roof, there was lights in the background, just not enough of them. Once there's more, it'll look better. It was mental. You've lost count. You're on book 17, you think, but you read 2 during your power absence. Fair play to you. There's a 40 odd, you think you said, didn't you? There's a 43 you said last time. You're doing well. Getting there almost halfway through. Dublin was mental. On the mend, Casper, good to hear it. Does your doctor have that big poster of 100 different inhalers? It's a jungle. I haven't had any of that myself. I've been quite fortunate so far. Literally just the initial go and have a test, blow into this. And then come back every year and we'll make sure that you're alright. And it's been okay since. Touche LaWood, you just crossed. You've not seen us. 41, not counting the kids' ones, right? So you're not far off then. 17, you are not far off. A few more and you're halfway through. Which is a right Brucey bonus. Are you finding it more interesting, Mandy? Rather than just sitting on your screen all day, actually getting and reading proper books. Right, Blanchardstown. The queue for the free mini can of Coke Zero was mental. Shouldn't be using Coca-Cola products. The awful, horrible, horrible people. Horrible, horrible corporation. When you were a teenager, you smoked a lot of bongs. That really didn't help either. But being a teenager, I suppose if someone said to you, you shouldn't be doing that, it's bad for you. Oh, sod off, granddad. No, really, it's not bad. It's not good for you. Depends whether you reread the others in the right place, of course. But is it not a bit more fulfilling reading books rather than just scrolling on a phone or a tablet or something constantly? A bit more tactile, aren't they, books? As much as I love me audio books while I'm working, I can't sit here and read. I can listen to an audio book, pause when a call comes through and what have you. I'd rather sit there and hold the tactile, the smell of the book, the feel of it in my hands. I miss that. I miss the smell of proper old bookstores as well. Independent ones that have been there for years. Not a Waterstones where everything's brand new and smells vaguely of some kind of, I don't know, plastic. Proper. Yep. Hopefully a new inhaler will work better for you, Jackie. If not, that sucks. Yes, bongs, joints. Well, yes, bongs. Esther, how can you be from Amsterdam and not know what he's on about? Schmucking the pipe. Probably get both on Wednesday. I am surprised. I am genuinely surprised. I wish all medication worked as well and as quickly as a blue inhaler. You know, one of those ones where I'm struggling to breathe. Within the space of a second, I can breathe. Why doesn't everything else work as well as that? Ginger's crossed for you. Donald, how you doing, bud? How's life on the West Coast? I am convinced no matter how nice the weather is anywhere else in Europe or anywhere else in the British Isles, there's a hurricane going on off the coast there. The cliffs of Moher and McGillicuddy Reeks and all that stuff are getting absolutely bombarded. You're getting the up-to-date blue inhaler. What's the up-to-date blue inhaler? Since they moved to, is it Salamo? Shit. Used to have a blue inhaler, the old school, which used to last for ages. Now this other one, this little, seems to last about 20 minutes and it's gone. And I don't even use it that often. I had a blast earlier on though. Yeah, it's like a little hooker. When we say hooker, yeah, you know what that is, don't you? The water pipe that you smoke a blend of hash and tobacco through. When it says smoking a hooker, he doesn't mean like Grand Theft Auto, you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, I haven't played Call of Duty yet. I still haven't played it. It's been out over a month. Why haven't I played a single game of that? Remind me to try that this week at some point. Oh, man. With the binge drinking, jazz knitting and reading, you won't find time to be in local government. Yeah, you can't have it all, Mandy, you can't. That's a hell of a lot going on there. Forget about that. Binge drinking tea, proper jazz knitting, reading the entire works of Pratchett Spear. You're not a smoker, you don't know. You just know joints and space cakes. There speaks the Amsterdammer. Although Amsterdam, I suppose, nowadays is just full of demented-looking Brits trying to find the hotel. It's near a canal, I think. Of course it is. The new inhalers are a new shape now, supposed to be better. Dare we ask what kind of shape they are? There you go, listening to a nice bit of breeze outside. I told you. Another hurricane going on. Galway's been flattened. The west coast is in bits. I'm convinced it's just constantly windy there. Looks amazing though. I need to make it to the west coast of Ireland at some point. definitely. And the Highlands of Scotland. I got annoyed the other day because there was someone who I watch on YouTube who was up in the Highlands of Scotland, and I was really, really annoyed. Snow everywhere. Looked absolutely incredible. It was the kind of thing where you'd send a postcard of it to someone who makes postcards and they get jealous. Because we visited Amsterdam with a friend because of that time. The new smoking laws in Europe. You could smoke pure grass in the bars. If you branded it with tobacco, you had to go outside. Bizarre, isn't it? Excuse me, don't be smoking that shite in here. Is Galway not mostly flat? I wouldn't know. When you see sideways trees, it'd be slightly windy. I can imagine. I can imagine. It's weird as well that you say that because it gets a little bit windy here because we're at the coast as well, but not ridiculous. But when you drive to Formby, there's a set of woods on the left-hand side. All the trees are at an angle. So it must get windier than we actually realise. I'll see if I can get a picture of it or video of it at some point. It is bizarre. It's only when you go past it at some point and have a look. Just they're all like that. Like that. Better now, Donald, as always. As always, of course. Was your head turned? That can cause that. The northern part of Galway isn't very flat. You can see 3 mountain ranges from your house. I bet you it's absolutely amazing. I am very jealous of you and Mandy for being able to see that. Just looking outside the window and seeing mountain ranges. I'm at sea level. There's none of that here at all. I can just about see Louise if she's on a trampoline. I can see the top of her hat. And the curly perm sticking out. Boingy boingy over there. That's about it really. If they're sideways you might have schmocked a little bit too much as well. Used to go to a combined coffee shop and pub so you can go there and drink beer with your mates. Also while your mates smoked. You played pool. Sounds very Amsterdamish, that is there. So the first Danish film that got Oscar nominated yesterday. It's from '56 in colour and filmed in Greenland. What? Absolutely amazing shots and a crazy good movie for its time.
Next.
Piggly Ding next. Come on, Eileen. Head turn like a pup. Ah, love puppies when you do that little head tilt. What was the film, Casper? And were people coming from Gdansk to see the film? Jackie, you went and looked in the windows in the red light district. Was it like looking in a mirror, was it? Was it like looking in a mirror? Yeah, when I went, I must have been 10, I think, at the time. It was bizarre. Because there was like a knocking shop, sweet shop, knocking shop. So I was stood there pointing in the window, I want one of them. And then the fellow next to me who's in his 50s just pointing at the different window saying, I want one of them. But I got my chocolate. He didn't get what he wanted because his wife gave him a slap. But it's bizarre. Oh. A little bit of aurora activity outside. Keep an eye out for that. You were 18 looking at the prosy. It's what you're supposed to do, aren't you? If you go to Amsterdam, you've got to have a look. Have a wander around, see what's happening. Look in the windows. Look in the cafes. Went to a sex museum. Disgusting behaviour. Disgusting behaviour. Ah, sure, look at that one. It's fucking huge. Like all tourists do. Went there a few times. Not your scene, Aston. Of course not. Of course not. If you live there, you try and avoid all that, don't you know? and a slideshow. Kivitok, or in English it translates to he who walks the fields and the mountains. That's not why they won't let her back. She's been banned. It was Gilders, or Gulden, if you were Dutch. Dutch Gilders used to be fantastic. The notes were really good, I remember them. Green, blue and red ones. Pretty notes. We need more pretty notes. Did you go to Casa Rosso? Did you? Back then Greenland was referred to as a colony. They didn't appreciate you saying you could do better. But if you start work there, don't forget, you have to work a week in hand.
Very poor. Very poor indeed.
Very poor indeed. Very poor. Not fields, but fjelds. Alright, sorry. I didn't even notice that. Fjelds. It's the mountains near the glaciers and further inland. Right. Is that like a combination of fields and fjords? Fjelds. Damn colonists. There are some proper authentic Chinese restaurants nearby the red light district. Just be careful where you go to and ask for a 69 off the menu, because it might not be what you'd expect. Just saying, just saying. I suppose that's going to be the same in a lot of places. Immigrants coming in trying to open somewhere, trying to open a store or a restaurant. The only place to be able to get them is somewhere where the rents are low, or, you know what I mean? They're not really going to allow people to start opening places in the middle of really expensive areas of the city, so they have to build up slowly. That's why they like Liverpool 8, Toxteth. That's where a lot of the sailors, lots of Jamaican and then Chinese sailors ended up moving there. So little Chinese takeaways and restaurants opened around there. So Chinatown ended up being built there. Similar kind of reason. How am I feeling myself? Quietly under the desk. Oh no, sorry, I'm feeling alright. Tired, but alright. Didn't think I'd get through this tonight, but I'm getting there. Is it because red equates to prosperity in China? It was a good luck sign. There's red everywhere, we will do well here. Could well be, Mandy, could well be. It is, yeah. It is as well, isn't it? Red is a very lucky colour. Over in, well, not just China, in the whole of Southeast Asia. Which is not always a good thing. When, was it Vincent Tan? The fella who came over to England and decided to buy Cardiff City. Cardiff City, a football club that play in blue. A club whose nickname is the Bluebirds, because they play in blue. And decided to change their kit to red, which went down like you would expect. Despite the fact that Cardiff do not have a local rival who play in red, and Wales play in red, it still wasn't received very well. And he got ridden out of town on the rails eventually. And he went back to playing in blue. Because he's a tit. Looks like a proper Bond villain as well, Vincent Tan. Some good grub over in the Netherlands there is. Indonesian especially. A sweet and sour special. Be careful asking for that. Definitely. People are more hungry there. Yes, I'm sure they will have worked up a hunger where they are. And with it being red as well. Lucky and mucky at the same time. You had a 2 metre tall man in a top hat and tails offer a lap dance for Red Bull and vodkas. And 4 Red Bull and vodkas and a banana massage for €25 at 11 in the morning. That is when you know you've made it to the right place. Top hat and tails, lappy, 4 Red Bulls, banana massage. What? Chinatown and the red light district is mixed. There's a lot going on there. I got scalped. I scalped myself earlier. See? Nice and short. Normally I get it shorter than that, but I thought, I'll go for the normal kind of look. Done myself. Clippers. So there'll be little bits all over it that I didn't catch, but I don't really care because I wear a hat most of the time anyway. Yes, slap a bang twat in the middle of Amsterdam. That is the only place that you're going to find that in Europe. That exact thing. Always a 2 metre tall man, obviously. They are massive in the Netherlands. They are huge. Don't see any Chinese pimps. Gambling and opium is more their thing. They do like a gamble, don't they? Chinese. Do like a gamble. Lots of the restaurant owners over here in Liverpool end up in the casinos of a night. Many's the time I've gone into work at sort of like 6:30 in the morning, and you see them coming out of Genting Casino near Queen Square, swearing. I presume it's swearing angrily in Chinese. There's the question. I wasn't really going to ask it myself, but I hoped someone did. Did you take him up on the offer, Casper? Did you? 11 o'clock in the morning. Sign me up right now. Imagine after 4 vodka Red Bulls, a banana massage would be the least you'd be expecting, wouldn't it? Your friend went with a lady the other night and you got some chips while that was happening. Got to be done. When in Rome, do as the Romanians do. Had something similar in Ireland, but she was a dwarf. I still think my Cuban dwarf story's got to be the best thing I've ever experienced in my life. Playing table tennis, and one of the swarthy looking entertainment dude walked over. You versus me and the dwarf. That line will stick with me for the rest of my life. Playing table tennis against a fella and a dwarf had to serve overhanded. Like a proper tennis serve. Top fellas, them. Absolute top fellas. Had such a laugh with them. Didn't even see a strip show. Played billiards and smoked and drank. A bit of window watching, see what's going on. Underground casinos used to be massive, didn't they? Well, not massive, they had to be small by nature, but yeah. Because they're all just licensed and everything now, aren't they? I'm sure that still goes on though. Underground casinos. Yeah, was it a dwarf or a leprechaun? Well, Lucky Charm was mentioned. Banana massage. Yes, the 6,000 followers on Twitch would like to know what is entailed by a banana massage. Is it literally just massaging banana into the skin, or would it be massaging your banana? Is that what that means? By banana, does it mean the AI toe that we saw earlier? The tall leprechaun. That's a massive thing, isn't it? Is that a Celtic thing? Not just leprechauns, because if you go to the Isle of Man, which I would also consider to be a sort of a Celtic kind of gaff, they've got all a thing about, did he call them pixies? Something over there, isn't it? If you want good luck, you have to go to the Pixie Bridge, write a little note and put it underneath. So all the TT riders tend to go over there and either put it under the bridge or put it in a tree. A little message of good luck. Just seems to be and also it's in Iceland as well, isn't it? The fairies and pixies there are massive as well. Your friend with an ounce of shame walked up to a window and asked, how much for this, how much for that? It was all €50. All pissed off because they were wasting their time. I can imagine, absolutely imagine. How much? 50. How much? 50. How much for all of that? 50. Have it all at once then. Yes, that's the good point. Morning, Jackie. I'm surprised she lasted as long as she did, though, to be honest with you. There's fairy trees, people will not chop down because it's part of the myth and legend, isn't it? Like I said, the Isle of Man TT, I remember seeing something. If you go over a certain bridge on your bike, you have to have gone there before and made your peace with the spirits. So even people that don't believe in it, don't believe in superstition, will still go and do it because it's part of the TT. But Iceland are always massive on that as well. They're fairies, the fairy stories, literal fairy stories. 50 euros for 15 minutes, barely time to get started. Or, depending on how old you are, all the time in the world. If there's a tree alone in a field, a farmer will put a fence around it to protect them. That's also because there should always be a tree alone in a field. That's where your birds, your raptors, your owls, your hawks, your buzzards, your kites, that's where they go and stand and look around and see all the little tasty morsels, and they go and eat all the things that shouldn't be in your fields. Well, they should be, but you know, in they go. That's why there's quite regularly one big tree left alone. Your birds of prey will perch up there and then will fly down and eat the things that are in your fields. True story. In Scandinavia you have trolls and elves. Yeah, Iceland are massive for it as well. Similar kind of stories. All part of that Norse and Scandinavian tradition. Remember that thing with the motorway and the fairy tree? Is this going to be one where they've moved the motorway around the fairy tree? Kirsty was legen. Legen. Proper legen. Most people like elephant hide down. Oh, jeez. No, don't want that. Motorway had to be diverted because of the tree. Brilliant. I definitely love stuff like that. The M62 is a famous one as well in England, in the north of England, betwixt Liverpool and Hull. When you get towards just outside Manchester, isn't it? I think towards the moors, Saddleworth Moor, the motorway has to split in two because there's a farmer's little farmer cottagey building. And it's got a little thing going underneath it so the farmer can get underneath the motorway and go and get his sheep. That's the way it should be. I think as well, that's probably why I think Americans are missing out. I know it must be boss having just really long freeways, dead straight ones where you can get on there and put it in cruise control and drive for like 90 hours to get next door. But they're missing out on things like this. Windy motorways. The M62 is the best motorway in the world as well, by the way, because they're full of this lunacy. You've got the, as I say, the farm in the middle of the motorway. You've got the reservoirs there's one on the left, there's one on the right. You've got the highest point, is it the highest point in the UK, the highest motorway point in the UK, between two bridges on the way back to Middlesbrough. As you get towards Leeds, there's two high bridges, and no matter what the weather is outside, it could be 30 degrees, middle of middle of a drought, heat everywhere, sand coming in from the Sahara. Between these two bridges, it will be snowing, it'll be icy. It's mad, absolutely mad. But I love that. And the fact that you just get off the boat onto the M62 at Hull, and it's a straight drive home to Liverpool. Best motorway in the world, and it's also mad. Goes round like that. The moors, the mountains, the hills. It's gorgeous. We live in a fantastic country, don't we? It's really nice. It's pretty. Think more about it. It's nice. Kittens are being bonkers at the moment. Is that bonkers in like a Dizzy Rascal style? There's going to be an article about it somewhere, isn't it? We're going to have to look out for this. There's a video on YouTube of an old man doing everything to protect an old fairy tree from collapsing. Whether it's real or not, all this stuff, it's worth keeping hold of those old traditions, the folk stories. I like it. Oh, bit of the Pistols. Pretty Vacant. What a tune, man. Pics. Esther wants kitten pics. Didn't expect anyone, no one in the chat either. Go back and watch it on repeat. We're going to have to, aren't we? I could have watched as well. So annoyed. I just sat there waiting for the phone to go, and it didn't go till 4:30 in the pissing morning. Evil child. Just rambling away. Do you know what? It's all good practice as well, that. Even if nobody's watching, it's good practice. Proper good practice. Get you used to it. So that when you end up with 6 million people watching you on Twitch and things like that, you just take it all in your stride. Cheap viewers on star. Pics of the kittens, yes. Esther likes pics of little kittens. There's a guy called Eddie Lenihan that knows all the fairy lore of Ireland. He's got videos on YouTube. I have to check that out. I like stuff like that. Going to send them to me. Cheers, Kirsty. I will forward them on. You have been a rambler for many a year. Sounds like a start of a no nay never going on there, Ali Alio. No nay never, no more. Will you play Blackburn Rovers? No, never, no more. How many kittens are there? Is there 4 of them, the kittens? Just cats absolutely everywhere. A blanket of cats and kittens. I don't know if I'd be able to deal with cats. Don't know if I've convinced myself that I'd be allergic to them. I don't know. I know my nephew has problems with dogs. The dander. Cats will be the same, won't they? Cats will put the dander up. That gets inside you. Sneezy and struggling to breathe. You think they're getting a cat as well, Casper? Nice to have that company, I think. A little bit of loyal company. That's if cats are loyal. They seem to be a law unto themselves, all the ones I've seen. Especially that black one that comes in the back garden all the time. With his turquoise eyes. Just does not give a shite at all. Stands there looking at you like, what? What, lad? Probably a Scouse cat, isn't it? What, lad? What, lad? Molly has passed out at the moment. Better keep quiet. Seemed absolutely full of the joys of spring and energy the other day. The video that I saw on your channel, bouncing around everywhere. Love it, love it. We're loving it, loving it, loving it. We're loving it like that. Oh, shite. I knew there was something I needed to check. I tried to make something for the video earlier on today. It was stuck in a queue. Has it been done? Oh, bollocks, it has as well. Right, so I tried to AI a couple of dancing bears for the Christmas video, and it didn't work earlier. Now it's worked. So I could have put that into the bloody video, but I can't now. It's too late. It's been done. It's there. Molly loves chewing stuff. Typical pup. They love it, don't they? 2 adult cats. Four kittens, yeah. 2 adult cats. One's around 13. Joust is about 2 years old. Send the black cat to you. It's very catless there around where you are. I would do, but I think the next door neighbour would go absolutely Hertz van Rental. It appears to be theirs. You had 4 for 20 years. Stray mother had 3 kittens. Don't even like cats. But once they're there, you can't get rid, can you? You sent the pictures. Thank you, Kirsty. I'll make sure Esther sees them as well. This is going to be too blurry yet again, I know it is, but... No, don't look at me eye. Oh, cute. Oh, cute. Ah. I'm surprised we haven't had a cat, to be honest with you. Apart from when I was very, very young. One of my first memories, that. Having Marmaduke, the ginger cat. Wee kittens, little kittens, they are gorgeous little things. But Marmaduke was a little bastard, and I think that put them off. Especially, my dad had my mum and dad had a red leather settee, and it ripped it apart, just constantly scratching it so the leather was knackered. I don't think they were happy. So no cats after that. Just one lunatic of a dog instead. We had a pub, so you can't really have a cat, can you? A cat can't protect the pub for you, but a dog can. Even a daft dog. Bloody daft dog. You had one cat for 18 years. That's a long bloody time for any kind of animal. Joust opening the door is so cute. Oh, you know, you follow now Loki the cat. Cat is insane, opens drawers, goes into it and shuts it. What? Smart things, cats, man. When you're live next to grab the kittens, definitely worth keeping an eye out then. Definitely worth keeping an eye out. Like, they just turned up and you couldn't get rid. You can't, can you? You can't be that horrible person that gets rid of cats like that, man. You're stuck with them. It'll be at a decent time, yeah. No, was it 1 o'clock in the morning? Although, doing your lives that way, sort of some at 1 o'clock in the morning, some at 8 or 7, whatever it is, you're getting the best of both worlds. Had 12 dogs at one point, what? 1 red setter and 11 Jack Russells. That sounds like a nightmare to me, that's just, there's too much energy in that sentence alone, never mind the house. Bloody hell, 12 dogs. Were they working dogs though? It'd be different if it's working dogs. My former mother-in-law and father-in-law had 3 dogs. I didn't realise that until years later. Only one was in the house. That was the house dog. The other 2 were out in the yard. They were working dogs. Proper working dogs. They were pest control officers. So these dogs would go and control things. Know what I mean? A 1 a.m.er. That reminds me, where are we? Other stuff. There's Kirsty's channel. I'll pin that for now. Keep an eye out on Kirsty's channel for when she does her lives as well. Some exceptionally interesting stuff on them. And when I say interesting, I do mean interesting. The dogging one especially was a joy to behold. We learned a lot that day. They're proper working dogs in Greenland. There are more sled dogs than people in some towns. That would make perfect sense. 8 dogs for one person to drag them along. There's going to be dogs everywhere. Proper working dogs. They are mad, aren't they? I couldn't get over. I was watching something about one of them. But minus 30 degrees. Wind chill factor was minus 4 million. And then they had to stop so the dogs didn't overheat. What are you on about? Yeah, just lie down in the snow so they cool down a little bit. Mad. Guess you are most welcome. Jack Russells are proper ADHD, they are. ADHD as in a dickhead dog. I say that because me nan and granddad used to have Sam the Jack Russell. That was an absolute vile little evil lunatic. Most vicious thing I've ever seen in my life. Sleep out minus 50. Just, it's bizarre. And from what they were saying on this particular part of this documentary, the weather got to about minus 15, and whoever it was that was on the sled was going, it's really nice for me because it's not as cold, whereas they hate it. It needs to be colder for them, otherwise they're overheating. Fucking hell, man. I'd be crying now. Crying icicles, and these are just overheating. Mad. Jack Russells are good dogs if they're raised properly. I think this wasn't. I think Sam, the little Jack Russell, was an absolute bastard because it was just left to its own devices. It probably barked. But they seem to be just... They have that little man syndrome as well, I think. Always snarling at massive dogs that could empty them in one sitting. Just calm down, relax. But they're very cute looking things. Handsome little buggers. Bit of a strange shape, but a little chunky as well, aren't they? Proper little muscle. Fearless, yeah, they don't give a shit at all. Like the honey badgers of the dog world. They look as though they've been in a young offender's home. You know what I mean? To come out of that being quite tough and, what? Who are you looking at? Loads of who are you looking at, and then spitting on the floor. You see what they're like, them dogs. What, lad? Like border collies, but they need plenty of walkies. You're too lazy for that. Yeah, border collies do. Labrador golden retrievers are supposed to get loads as well, and old English sheepdogs are supposed to. You really have to take them proper miles, otherwise it's no good. Yeah, definitely, Barnsley. You've got to have the time and space. You really do. You can't just have... A cat can be left to its own devices. That can just... It can get on with itself. Just go on, leave you. If you want to come in and we'll give you some food, we will do. Otherwise, go and enjoy the world. You can't do that with a dog. But you have to take them out and make sure they get plenty of exercise. Keep them entertained. Oh, Donald. It's coming up, it's coming up.
It's going up, 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 it's there.
You are in double figures. There you go. Last Jack Russell you had was well built. He called him Buzz after Buzz Lightyear. He's a Buzz. Yeah, solid little buggers, they really are. In fact, yeah, do you know what? They're like sharks. Jack Russell's like sharks, land sharks, what they are. If you stay away from them, you're alright. Get anywhere too close to them when they're in a bad mood, you won't enjoy it. You will not enjoy it. R.I.P. Buzz. Your mother's dog is half collie and half Samoyed. I've know the Samoyeds. Seen them before. There's in fact there used to be a Twitter account from a Samoyed. I don't think he was typing the messages himself, like. It's several times tired out an Australian border collie. Just go forever, can't they, them things? R.I.P. Buzz, or are those two different types of saws you're talking about? A rip saw and a buzz saw? Are you doing DIY now? DIY? It does sound lovely. Still miss Buzz, good character. Often thought if only he could talk. Ah. Yeah, so anyway, the Christmas song has been released. The lyrics are in the description if you want to read while you sing along. Please feel free. I was quite proud of that. I wrote all the lyrics. Me. No one else, just me. AI might have done some of the work on the music, but I did all the lyrics, so. And all the video was made by me. But check it out. Once you get to the dogging bit. Check out the toes, man. Ridiculous. AI isn't 100% yet, is it? Obviously. Jeez. I was thinking what I could put in that song, that part about the doggers bouncing balls. Check out the toes. Definitely check out the toes. Unless you are a shrinking violet. Turned up tail and a big fluffy coat like a sled dog. Shed so much in spring. They do, don't they? Mind you, I'm not surprised. If you're that hairy, you can't be that all year round. That's not good for you. Proper hoover for all year. You do all sellotape, big rolls of sellotape. That gets rid of it quite well. But we are getting to that point, aren't we? I am absolutely knackered. Shattered, I are. I are absolutely shattered. The fluff goes up in your mother's trees and birds take over the nests. Ah, very nice. Yeah, we see that happening anywhere that's got sheep. You've got corrugated barbed wire, loads of little bits of wool on there. They always get taken up by the birds as well. Other locations hidden in the song. Keep watching and check it out. Hope I feel better soon. I just need a proper night's sleep, an unbroken night's sleep, and I'll be alright. People look way too happy on the video, they do. Especially with the 3 sets of teeth. Check that one out as well. I could have got rid of all that stuff, but I left it in because I thought it was hilarious. Feckin' bird. Father, yeah. Oh, I love Father Jack. Yeah, so anyway, let's get rid of all the stuff off the screen. Because it is that time of night. There is some really strange stuff with AI, but it makes it even more funnier to me. And very suitable with the song, I thought. So, cheers everyone. Surprised I managed to get through this far, to be honest. Considering I've got no energy. Thanks to the 6,000 people watching over on Twitch. And it's been busy on Twitch today. So thank you over there as well. Cheers everyone. Get your dancing shoes on. And morning, Jackie. Here we go.
Another great night here at the Paris Pause. Folks, go give yourself
that's that.
Hoo-yah!